I'm here with something obscure. Well, if you were busy with Overwatch during 2017, then it was. You may have not remembered that Gigantic, an objective-based hero shooter with a kaiju fight in the backdrop, was released in that same year. Featured fast-paced combat, frantic objective-based clashes with kaijus juking it out as your win condition. Unfortunately, due to the popularity of Overwatch during that year and the next, it sadly had to close its doors in 2018. But 6 years later, here we are. A closed beta for Gigantic, coming back with the Rampage title just underneath. I've played the original one, and I'm honestly excited that I got to play during the test period and had time to put some time in for a video. Really hoping it finally gets a stable following, even with the $20 price tag it'll have when it releases. Again. Now, while I did play it before, I don't remember much, and this isn't meant to be a review of any kind, and I'll just focus on what I experienced in this version and mention anything my gut feels like I need telling, alright? But I did remember Zenobia was my main, and I do enjoy being a total pain in the ass with all the crowd control she could muster. Alright, focus me. Okay, the closed beta only had one game mode and is the main highlight of the new version. Rush. Originally, Gigantic's main game mode, Clash, involved capturable zones that allowed you to place down a mob that provides benefits for your team, like a radar that tags enemies, or one that provides healing if you're near it. Then you'd either engage the enemy team to kill them or try to take down the mob and steal their zones for points, to allow your kaiju to start wailing on the opponents and have your team deal some damage to it. Do that enough times and someone eventually wins. Sounds complicated? Well, most players of team shooters say fuck all to objectives usually and just make it a deathmatch anyway, but I just view it as Smite without lane creeps. Going back to Rush. It's the same but without all that mob and zone control. Reusing the maps, the zones now just spawn the points called power orbs at regular intervals to hopefully entice the matches around it. Same essence, less hubbub. This makes the matches much quicker and even more frantic, although it does lose out on some strategic opportunities that Clash can offer. Oh, and the levels, right, forgot about that. If you thought Smite was an odd comparison, think again. Well, heroes have levels during the match, and leveling up allows you to upgrade any of your skills just like Smite. But here, the upgrade is between one of two choices. Picking one will then branch out that skill to have two more separate choices as upgrades. Each skill can be upgraded twice, and the variety. Oh boy, the variety of the upgrades. I like. The upgrades generally stay within their lane. Support roles that focus on healing will generally have a lot of upgrades that improve that, but will still have some options for survivability or, in some cases, damage. Similar cases for DPS or tanks. But with 6 upgrades each skill per hero, there is a ton of variety. Sure, meta or whatever, but more options are always welcome to make it fun for the rest of the populace. And with the build loadouts and auto upgrade option enabled in the settings, it makes it less hectic to think about mid-match. And in Rush, you immediately start at max level, so whatever build you select during the pre-match is immediately unlocked. And with a few matches in, it's clear certain roles and even heroes are at a disadvantage. Since some are designed as late game carries, it kinda skews the balance since XP denying was a valid tactic back then to keep those types in check. And without that, well... Although I'm not sure if they'll balance around Rush, but with the ranked game mode in the menus, I do hope that Clash will still be the main mode. The feel of the game is the same from what I can remember. Controls are the same along with the graphics and performance. I did stop quite early back then since Overwatch was still enjoyable, so I'll assume that any changes to the heroes were from the original version still. A few matches with Zenobia still being a menace confirms my assumptions. Honestly, I'm just happy that they're bringing it back to give it another chance. May have wanted to spruce up the graphics a bit more, at least in the color grading and lighting aspect, but that's just likely my burnt up eyes already taking their toll from all those years staring at spreadsheets at work. So, do give it a try. I'm gonna chuck the link to the Steam page in the description. I think they are still accepting people in the beta test. Or not. I'm not really sure. If you made it this far, thanks. If you're wondering why I seem to be all over the place in terms of video topics, well, that's just how I'm figuring out this whole YouTube thing. And if you like this chaotic mess, then do sub. Maybe comment what else I can add to the mess pile, and hopefully I get to it eventually. See ya.